Great. Well, I want to welcome Wesley Palms to our 60/60 tour. This is so exciting to have Ben and Tom and Sima and True with us. We're looking forward to hearing all about who you are and a little bit more about Wesley Palms. This has been such a fun time to get to know residents and the communities a little bit better and help us engage more in our work at LeadingAge California.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Jeannee. It's a real pleasure to be a part of the LeadingAge California 60/60 tour. This is a wonderful organization, and it's just a real pleasure to be here. So my name is Ben Geske. I'm the executive director here at Wesley Palms, and I, in November, will have been here as the executive director for 14 years. And I have been in the senior services industry for almost 30 years, 29 years this year. And I have had the pleasure of being here at Wesley Palms we opened in 1962. And in 2015, we broke ground on our 35.5 acre campus to do a complete campus-wide redevelopment, which we completed. And it's now a lovely remodel. We have what we call patio home accommodations, as well as a main building 5-story tower. And it's turned out beautifully, and now we get to enjoy some really, really wonderful residents that have moved in and are enjoying living here.
And Ben, what are you looking forward to over the next 10 years as you think forward at Wesley Palms, or even for yourself?
You know, I'm really looking forward to having, now that construction is done and we're coming out of the pandemic, to refill up our campus and to really be able to serve the needs of needs and the lifestyles of a lot of diverse people here. I absolutely love getting to know our residents, and with every new resident that moves in, it's an opportunity to get to know them and their life. And I'd like to just continue to be able to do that.
Wonderful. Well, we're so excited. And next year you'll be celebrating your 60th anniversary.
That's true. You're very right about that. Yep. And I'm sure we're going to do something very nice about that. Yep.
Yeah, that's great. Well, we'll have to come down for that celebration. Hopefully we'll all be able to easily get together in person by that point.
That would be wonderful. I look forward to it.
And True, my old dear friend and colleague, True Ryndes, we've known each other for a very, very long time. And I'm so grateful that you're living in one of our LeadingAge California communities.
We're very grateful. I think, Sima, you used the term grateful, and I would say that the same applies. We're very grateful to be here. The staff have been terrific to work with. The neighbors have been very welcoming and supportive. We left a great set of neighbors behind. And so one of the things, and I'm going to jump forward a little bit here, that we look forward to is in the future, integrating the past 12 years of community in that part of San Diego called Kensington with our new life here, and seeing how we can best and safely do that.
Well, and how fortunate that we've all hopefully gotten vaccinated now. I'm sure you've all gotten your vaccines and we're able to move forward with some of those desires too, really trying to get back to community versus isolation over the years. And True, when you think about, True, I know something else about you that you haven't mentioned, and I want you to talk about this. You are an incredible painter, which I'm not sure that you're able, if you have a place there, that you're able to continue that. But I have some of True's artwork hanging on my walls. And I want you to talk a little bit about that. What inspires you to paint? He's just remarkable. If you haven't seen his paintings yet, a beautiful painter.
Thank you. Throughout my career in hospice, which was a long career, and working at the local level in San Diego, Sonoma County, I ran the hospice program for Sonoma County for about 7 years, and then returned back here. Throughout that time, I would repaint our dining room probably every 6 months. And I have a very patient husband. who understood that this was a part of my life, the life of color and form, that I wasn't able to express during my career. So when I retired in 2007, I immediately took up a paintbrush and began painting, based largely on a particular book. It was called In Praise of Shadows, and by a Japanese aesthetician, Junichiro Tanizaki. And I would commend that book to you. It's a very interesting read. And it's a short, it's like a long essay.
So Sima, now we're going to turn to you. And I'd love it if you told us a little bit about yourself.
So I view my life as a series of very different chapters. I was a mother in my 20s. I got a job in my 30s. I moved to England in my 40s and was single in my 50s. I remarried in my 60s and I traveled the world. I was bat mitzvahed at 70 and widowed in my 80s. Each chapter represented different challenges and opportunities and taught me the importance of adaptability and being open and willing to try new things and embrace new projects. Throughout the decades, I always took classes, everything from writing children's books, cooking, horticulture, photography, computer skills, Judaism, meditation, and docent training. So now in my 80s, my focus is building community here at Wesley Palms.
And thank you again, Sima. Beautiful, beautiful story. And Tom, gosh, it's so great to meet you today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you were doing in the 60s and what your trajectory was to get to Wesley Palms?
Well, back in 61, I was about 2 years away from my PhD. So my goals in life were to get out of that place with a sheepskin and go out and make a lot of money doing whatever I could get paid for. So that all occurred. I ended up as a professor at the school, and then I worked for IBM inventing computers, and I worked for an aerospace outfit where I had an interesting episode where they were making an airplane, a fighter bomber called the F-111, and the wings fell off the airplane. So what happened is they somehow or other decided to put me in charge of the whole darn thing. So all of a sudden I'm running this multi-billion-dollar enterprise, and loved it. It was like throwing a duck into water. It was really fun. So we resolved the thing in a few weeks, no, a few months. And then it was the question, what do you do with this guy? So what they did is they basically gave me an assignment in Cocoa Beach at the height of the Apollo program and working inside a safe. So it was kind of fun having a bodyguard and working inside a safe and, having all this spooky stuff going on around me. So I learned a lot about that. And while I was there, the first Earth Day occurred. So what happened in the Earth Day thing? I wanted to go to see this thing, what this Earth Day stuff all about. It sounds really interesting. So anyway, Cocoa Beach, as some of you may know, is just a big sandbar. And it's really hard to get lost on the sandbar. So I ended up getting lost and never found the event. So after several hours of being disgusted with myself, I decided I'm not going to go to work. To heck with it. I'm just going to go to the beach and look at the ocean. So I'm there, and this is one of those days. It's a rare day in your life. I go there. There's dolphins as far as you can see straight on. Dolphins as far as you can see to the north. Dolphins as far as you can see to the south. And some kind of whale, I don't know, a brownish whale, sunbathing itself. So that was just perfect. So I fell asleep. And in my sleep there, I had a daydream about my two of my great grandkids holding my hands. I looked like a character out of Dick Tracy. I don't know if any of you have ever read Dick Tracy, but one of his characters is called Prune Face. He was about as bad a character as Dick Tracy had. So I had all these vertical folds in my face. And I'm talking to my kids and they say, what'd you do with your life? So I figured out, okay, tell them about the F-111, the wings falling off. They were bored to tears. They couldn't care less. So I had a proposal in to build the flight controls for a manned nuclear rocket to Mars. And what happened there is they were bored to tears again. So I said, well, you kids are bored by all this stuff. What are you interested in? So one kid says, well, whenever we drink the water, it tastes bad. And we hear it makes you sick. What'd you do about the water? I can't think of anything clever. I'm trying to think of something. The other kid chirps in. He says, yeah. And when we go outside, the air is so bad. We have to wear these masks all the time. What did you do about the masks? So in my daydream, all of a sudden I see tears streaming down this prune-like face. And I instantly wake up and say, good God, I'm in the wrong line of business. So I decided to chuck my career and get out of the aerospace stuff and to become a grubby grad student again to get a postdoctoral degree in environmental engineering. And I've been doing that ever since.